Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Althea B. Frazier. I am a grief coach, health coach, and advanced oncology certified nurse practitioner, family nurse practitioner, and I am the author of 4 journals. 2 of the journals are grief journals, and 2 of the journals are women prayer journals. I want to introduce you to my journals. They are located on the table. I believe that there are 2 gifts that are the greatest gifts that you can give to someone else. This is my latest women's prayer journal, and the year 2024 is coming up. Why not send someone into the new year with words of wisdom to help them succeed in life? A woman at my church last week, she just said that her late father told her never to miss an opportunity to say thank you. This women's prayer journal, it talks about power, confidence, determination, favor, blessings, self-worth. It also talks about motivation, making the right connections. Oftentimes in life, the very circle of friends that we hang around is the very thing that is holding us back in life and preventing us from accomplishing our goals. We also outline goal setting in this women's prayer journal. You can write down your goals, things that will help you to reach your goals, and things that you feel that are preventing you from reaching your goals. Then you should formulate a plan of action and then evaluate that plan of action as you put it into purpose to see if it is working for you and to make changes as needed. We also talk about balance in life, alignment in life. This is a 2-year prayer journal that is available on Amazon Books. Also, I have another prayer journal here called The Spirit of Rejoicing. Any time of the year is a good time of year to give a prayer journal. You can give this as a love gift, a birthday gift. I also have 2 grief journals here entitled Love is the Greatest. You may have a family or friend that is going through grief right now. The holidays are coming up. And unfortunately for someone, this Christmas is going to be a blue Christmas for them, which means it is the first time that they are going through the holidays without a loved one. So in my grief journal, Love is the Greatest, it is full of encouraging and inspiring Bible scriptures, poetry, words of wisdom, beautiful quotes to help a grieving heart navigate through life. Journaling has been shown to be an effective way to deal with coping. The grief journal allows people to reflect, to express their thoughts. You know, in the middle of the night when someone is going through grief, when I was going through grief personally, when I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, there was no one for me to call. Out of respect for my friends and family, I could not make a phone call that time of night. And even during the daytime when I was calling family and friends, you know, family and friends can get tired because people have their own problems. So this grief journal helps a person that's going through grief to write down, reflect, you know, have a quiet moment with God. In this journal, I answer questions as to what is the purpose of life, how to find meaning. You know, people that are going through grief, they're hurting. And a lot of times people don't want to live anymore. And sometimes we ask God, why was I ever born? What is the purpose of life? Why am I here? Is God hurting us intentionally? And a lot of those answers are found in the Bible. And what I have done is I have pulled scriptures out of the Bible that people are questioning, that people want to know about. And I have compiled those scriptures into these 2 grief journals. Now, both journals are titled Love is the Greatest. The difference between the white journal and the black journal is that the black journal has about 100 more pages. It has more poetry. It has more decor, and I would describe it as a cute journal. So if you had to give a grief journal to a male or a female, then this black journal will probably work good with a female, and also the white journal, but a male or someone who is more masculine, they may prefer this white journal as it has less decor, such as butterflies and things like that. So back to my women's prayer journal. When I was a kid growing up, and even when you were a kid growing up, I'm sure there is a neighbor, your grandmother, your father, your mother that said something to you as a kid that has stuck with you to this day. Words hang around a long time, especially words that are full of wisdom, sound advice, and are wholesome. Those words follow people to their grave, and a lot of times people make poor judgment and bad decisions because they don't have the wisdom. So this prayer journal would make a perfect gift to send someone into the new year with topics that teach them how to be more accountable, how to have more motivation, how to have perseverance, how to get the favor and blessings that God has promised us. So what I like to do when I'm given a journal as a gift, I like to create a gift bag, and I put my journal into the gift bag, and I put little what I call trinkets into the bag just to make it more fun. This teapot would make a great addition. It's sort of like a bonus that you are adding to the journal bag, the women's prayer journal, or to the grief bag. Someone can sip on a cup of hot tea as they go through their journal, writing down their expressions and reflecting on life and the way that they are feeling. Also, what you can do, you can also add some hot cocoa, hot chocolate. It's a great addition to maybe cuddle up with a warm throw. This throw, it's soft, it's fuzzy. It's the perfect thing that especially someone going through grief needs to hold on and cling to, just to wrap up with this on the sofa, in the lounge chair, and go through their journal as they're reflecting on what they are going through and reading what the Word of God has to say that will instill them with wisdom, inspiration, and encouragement, and give them hope. I believe that the two greatest gifts that you can give to someone in life is to instill them with words of wisdom. The second greatest gift that I believe that you can give to someone is to put them in position to find happiness. Other things that I like to add to my journal bags, sometimes you can just add some perfume. If it's a birthday, you can give this in the bag along with the women's prayer journal. You can add some perfume to top it off. This is a lip gloss and a perfume roll-on by Carolina Herrera. That can add a little spice to any prayer journal bag that you're giving. Maybe someone, it's their birthday, you can add some happy birthday socks to the journal bag. And with grief, and also with just the women's prayer journal, you can add a box of chocolates to spice things up. I think that when we give someone wisdom, we give these gifts long after the chocolate has been eaten, long after the tea and the hot cocoa has been consumed. What you say to someone can have either a negative consequence or it can have a positive consequence. So when you give someone words of wisdom will stay with that person. It will follow that person to the grave. Sound advice is one of the greatest gifts that we can give to someone else. Teaching someone to be respectful, to have balance in their life. This prayer journal also talks about alignment. There's a whole topic on alignment, balance, independence. Independence is a principal gift that a woman can give to herself, learning how to be independent, exercising good judgment, how to avoid poor decision making. And all of this is based on scriptures that have been taken from the Bible, and they have been placed into this journal. This is the Women's Prayer Journal. It's available on Amazon. It talks about faith. You know, faith is the assurance of what we hope for. There's positive affirmations in this journal, devotions and prayers, Bible verses. You know, you can reflect. Journaling is one of the greatest things that can help people cope. And it has been proven to be an effective means of coping. This is the spirit of rejoicing. You can give this as a holiday journal, a thank you journal, a love journal, a birthday gift, just about any occasion where you want to give someone else a gift. A journal would be a great idea because a journal connects with the inner spirit. It helps people to write down and reflect on what they are going through. A journal is different from a bottle of perfume because you are helping someone to express themselves. You're giving someone words of wisdom that will stick with them for the rest of their life. Also, in a grief bag, you know, when you have someone that's suffering from grief, simple things like a pair of slippers, these warm, fuzzy, soft slippers matter. When I was going through grief 5 years ago and I was in a lot of pain, agony, and misery, the simple things in life is what meant the most to me. I would have preferred these soft slippers over a Gucci bag or a Louis Vuitton bag. You have to understand that when people are going through grief, they feel like they don't want to live anymore. So sometimes things that are couture, you know, it doesn't bring a grieving heart much meaning. So my grief journal also talks about finding meaning and purpose, because someone who is grieving, once they can find meaning in life, once they can find their purpose in life, it helps them to feel better, it helps with coping, and it helps with navigating life and moving forward. I would say that when you are grieving, to do good will help you to feel good. So help out a grieving relative or friend with a grief journal, with a prayer journal as someone goes into the new year. Send someone into the new year with words of wisdom. We all have that cousin, that niece, that friend who needs to know what motivation is, who needs to know what goal setting is, who needs to know what it means to not to quit. This is a positive affirmation to write down their prayers, to write down their goals, words of wisdom. Go through here and read about devotions, you know, never quitting, never give up. You know, these are just examples of pages that are in the grief journal. Here is a topic on finding purpose and meaning, faithfulness. Just a lot of topics to get you through life based on words of wisdom. And remember, God said that wisdom is the principal thing, and in all you're getting, to get wisdom. You can find all 4 of my journals on Amazon.com. Women's Prayer Journal, The Spirit of Rejoicing, Women's Prayer Journal, Love is the Greatest, Navigating Life with a Grieving Heart, and also the 2nd edition of Love is the Greatest, a Grief Journal. Thank you for joining me, and happy journaling.